Are you guys ready for another stream? I hope so because I had a nice dream. Nintendo Kart became a simple reality. Alas, it was only just a dream. I don't even know what's going on. Seriously, I don't actually know what's going on. Okay, the main show's up. The main show's rocking. We're good to go. All right. Is my mic working, everybody? That's the real question. If it's too low a volume, let me know. Let me know. Please let me know if my mic is a good volume. I might have to turn it up compared to prior streams. It's hard to really know. My stream deck here needs to be completely reorganized. It's really confusing. Very confusing, all the different things for our live streams. But whatever, we're all good. A bit low? Okay, yeah, we can turn it up. It looks a bit low on my end as well. That's why I asked, but I wasn't sure. I have my lavalier mic underneath my shirt, and it's taped to me, so hopefully it doesn't fall. How you guys doing? Having a good night, are we? Woo! Yeah! First I'll say hi to everyone who's here tonight. We got G.I. Rocky 3, Sweet Life of Dio Brando, Nolan, Carnes, Josh, Lightcap, Segwin, the Pikachu fan is here. How's it going, buddy? Brian C., one of our members of the board of directors and moderators. Charles Trudell is there. Jesus Calderon is here. Tenno is here. Another moderator and member of the board of directors is here. And Seahawks 24 Rule. We got Christopher Colazzo is here as well. Yvonne Francois is here. We got another member of the board of directors here in Crazes Cough. How's it going? We have another member here in Natsu. What's up, Natsu? Glad I made it in time. YouTube didn't notify you. Well, YouTube just does that. Jake W., how's it going? Is it wondering, why aren't you watching the national championship game? Why the fuck do I give a shit about two SEC teams going on? It's just literally a rematch of the SEC championship game. Who gives a flying fuck? If you're not a fan of the SEC and you're not a fan of those two teams, who gives a shit? I'm just being completely honest. Who literally gives a shit? I am from Wisconsin. Is a Big Ten team in there? No. Is Wisconsin even in the playoffs? No. Wisconsin won its bowl game. I'm good. I don't give two shits about SEC teams going at it again. Like, it's just dumb. It's dumb. It's not fun to watch to me. It's just not. Let's see here. Scrolling on, we got Tiger Adventurer is here. How's it going? By the way, I'm not actually upset. I just literally don't give a shit about SEC football. I'm not an SEC fan. So the national championship is just not even something I care about. Let's see here. Charles Trudell, how's it going? We got Rick Rubicam here, another member of the board of directors. How's it going? Holder Will J is here. Timothy is here. We got Cool Dude, another member of our board of directors. How's it going, guys? Scrolling now, we got E-Primify here. The Elemental Hero, the Shadowlink Dragon Wolf King is here. Cool Dude. How's it going? Another member of the board of directors. Scrolling on down. We got Deadly Creature 3, or just Deadly Creature, I guess. How's it going? Another member of our board of directors. We have a guy with the username of Nintendo Direct. How's it going? Sweet Life of Dio Brando is here. Redcast173 as well. Ace Gamer 3797. We have a bot here as well. I'm going to go ahead and hide that bot. We got Dark A King 555. We got Pet Strick is here. Joycey J is here as well. It's 10 days into 2022 and no direct or Breath of the Wild 2 title and release date. Everything is terrible. Well, I don't expect to see Zelda till the summer, but I don't expect to see a direct till next month. We'll see what happens there. All right, scrolling on down more here. Corey is here. How's it going, Corey? Welcome to the stream. Don Lewis is here as well. Suggested listening, Dillagaff by Kevin Bloody Wilson. Maybe, I have no idea. I don't even know if it's the kind of music I'm into because I've never heard of that guy, but maybe it will be. Who knows? Crazes Koth is here. I think I said hi already, but he's another member. We got Terror Dragon 0006. How's it going? Shan Gamer is here as well. And then we have William. William says Eastward on Nintendo Prime. I am not going to be playing Eastward. I do have a game video going up. I have a 10-ish minute, probably a little bit longer, feature video going up on, let's see, Wednesday? It's for a brand new game releasing on Nintendo Switch on Wednesday. I'm actually started playing it as of today. You might go, but Nate, you don't really do videos. You're right. I usually don't on this kind of stuff. The difference is this is actually a sponsored video. That's right, folks. We launched on our first sponsorship of 2022. It is for a free-to-play game coming to Switch and Steam, releasing this Wednesday. I can't wait to show off the game for you guys. I'm actually having a lot of fun with it, but we'll see what my thoughts are on it. Obviously, it's a sponsored video, so I'm not going to be critical of the game or anything. We're just going to play, have some fun, and I'll tell you all the features and all the stuff. And if you guys are interested, let you know that where you can go to get it on Steam or on Switch. So that's going to be fun. I'm not going to name what game it is right now, guys. The contract is still technically not signed at this exact moment, so I don't want to already advertise a game that I'm supposed to be doing for sponsorship reasons, and the contract's not signed. This contract was obviously negotiated by my MCN, the first sponsorship deal they've gotten me since we joined them in November, and it's a decent deal. It's not like something that makes me rich or anything, but it is a decent payday. It does, you guys don't know how much we've made in January yet, but it does double up the amount of money the channel's made so far in January, so that's kind of neat. Although it's been a bit of a slow month, we haven't had a lot of live streams, and obviously ad revenue just in January. That's just the way it goes every January after the holidays, because advertisers are sick of spending a crap load of money. They'll wait until February, March, April. They'll wait till tax return time when people get their tax returns in the U.S., and then they start pumping out ads again to get people to spend their money on that. Anyways, hopefully you guys are having a good night. We are just doing kind of a pure Q&A tonight. Basically, you guys can ask me any questions you want in the chat. I do suggest you at Nintendo Prime in case the questions are coming at me too hard and too fast. That's a higher chance for me to answer your question. Obviously, if you super chat, your questions kind of jump to the top of the pile. Also, hey, it is a night stream, which means we are doing shots. You guys can see we already have the booze cart out here for you guys. For anything that's under $5 in super chats, we got Miller Lite here. I know. And we have a double shot glass, so it's just going to be one shot. For anything that's $5, we will do Kinky. We'll do a shot of Kinky. At $10, we do a shot of UV Blue. And then from there, things just kind of get crazy. For $20, we haven't cracked it yet, but we got a brand new bottle of Goldschlager. Can you guys see the gold flakes in there? I'm a bit more zoomed in today. Oh, yeah, you can see them floating around. Anyways, we got a brand new bottle of Goldschlager here. That's our $20 shot. And then, as always, we got our $100 Don Julio tequila shot. That is how it goes. Nobody ever has to super chat. Also, nobody ever has to become a member. However, we do have a member goal. We are at 149 members right now. So we've been kind of consistently staying between that around, basically around the 150 mark here for the last couple of months. So yeah, we do have a member goal. If we can hit 200 members, I have an extra special massive giveaway for our members. If we can get to that goal, whenever we get to it. It can happen anytime. So, yeah, by the way, hitting the join button isn't just, I hope people don't just go hit that join button just wanting to worry about our giveaway goals that we have with memberships. I hope that people hit that join button because they actually want to support what we do here at the channel. I really, really appreciate it because it is a source of revenue for the channel that goes beyond worrying about people super chatting all the time or worried about people getting good ads and having to worry so much about shitloads of views on things, right? Like becoming a member is just a way to show consistent support, and our lowest tier is just $3. So it's not like I'm asking anyone to break the bank to support the channel, but no pressure. Nobody has to do it. It's all in good fun. And we have a Patreon as well. Patreon.com/NintendoPrime. That's another way to support the channel. I haven't actually checked the Patreon in a while. I don't think we've had any new patrons join in quite some time, but I mean, I guess I can go look at it quick. That mostly supports the podcast. We do have a pseudo goal I announced to start the year of like $2,000 on Patreon, which, yes, I know is a lot. and I know is very, very unlikely to ever happen. But if we did get to that $2,000 goal, which, by the way, we're at $100 on Patreon. So, like, yeah, there's some crazy stuff that happens if we get to that goal. Some new show launches and some other things. But honestly, we're so far away, I don't even like bringing it up. We did get a new patron, though, that I totally forgot. See, I got to check our Patreon more often. Who is this? What tier did they join? Oh, I got to message them. They joined 6 days ago. Cool. I better message this person. They joined the $20 tier. For those who don't know, if you join our $20 tier on Patreon, you can be invited on an episode of the podcast every month. So I'm gonna have to message that person tomorrow. Maybe I got a spot this week if they want to get on. So, all right. How's the new project on rearranging the setup? Oh yeah. So for those who didn't watch my video. This is the end video or whatever I titled it. I can't remember. It was a big channel update video. And, yeah, we're going to be building a new set for E3. We haven't actually started building it yet. I mean, guys, it's a ways to go. And plus, we aren't even 100% sure there's even going to be a digital event for E3. But we know there's going to be Summer Game Fest. So bare minimum, we're going to do a big event around Summer Game Fest, if nothing else. That's already been announced and confirmed by Jeff Keighley. So bare minimum, we're going to be doing that. And then if there is no E3, I'm just kind of hoping that, okay, if E3 doesn't take up the reins, that hopefully Nintendo announces some sort of June event as well. We'll have to wait and see on that front. But yes, we are going to be doing a big thing for Summer Game Fest bare minimum, which is Summer Game Fest was a 3-day event last year. So, hey, instead of 4 days for E3, it could be 3 days for Summer Game Fest, or it could be 3 days of Summer Game Fest along with E3. And next thing you know, we have 6-7 days worth of stuff we're doing. So we'll wait and see because we don't know what the ESA is planning, if anything. But we do know that there will be Summer Game Fest. So we are going to be doing a big event in the summer, and yes, we're going to be building a new set. We have some initial ideas for this set. We've looked at a number of possibilities. Yulia is typically our set designer, my fiance. She is usually our set designer, and she really helped come up with like this tapestry back here. She came up with the idea for the tapestries for this wall. This wall was my idea. That wall was her idea. I mean, you guys remember during E3, I had a bunch of rotating tapestries and stuff like that. And this table back here was originally just there to put like giveaway items on, but it's just kind of stayed there ever since. I do think it's interesting when you're coming up with new set designs because obviously you have to consider budget because we have to get giveaway items and do all that stuff as well like we did last summer. So there's a lot of things to consider when building a new set. Obviously the set's going to be built intended for 2 people, Eric and I, intending not to use like mics like this. Like if you guys see this, it's our podcast mic, obviously. But whatever set we build has to be reusable, right? Because we don't want to build this big set for E3 or Summer Game Fest or whatever, and then just not actually be able to do anything with it after. Because set building costs a lot of money. I mean, we've even talked about things like, okay, so let's still have a screen, right? But let's get rid of this shitty TV. Let's bring in like an 85-inch TV instead. Okay, this is like a 50-inch. Let's bring in a giant 85-inch that could fill up most of the background of a shot on a wall. They make it sort of like a pseudo video wall. And then if you're going to have a pseudo video wall, then what you're going to want is rotating looping videos for it that you can customize. Whether it's floating controllers or floating E3 and Nintendo Prime logos and have like funny animations happen now and then, which obviously I would have to pay someone to make because I'm not really into animation. So yeah, there's some ideas with that, and there's just how do we make it look unique and different? There's a lot of ideas. Do we get rid of these desks? Do we replace these with something else? Do we even still keep the set in this corner? Or do we build it flat against the wall here and do a flat backdrop instead of the coming together edge? Maybe leave this set entirely alone, by the way. Just keep this set here, build an entirely new set on the other side of the room, and then we kind of have 2 different sets we can use. We can keep this one as like the pseudo podcast set and then have a brand new set on the other side for other things. And then do we need any additional equipment to do that? Like right now, do we need to buy another Scarlet Nexus so I don't have to keep moving it back and forth between sets? Maybe we go all wireless for the show. There's a lot of debates on what the best way is for us to handle it. And then obviously what the design's going to be. I have a few drawings I put down on paper as ideas. I obviously would love a video wall, but video walls are stupidly expensive. So we're not going to have like a full-on video wall. That's why we were looking at giant TVs. And by the way, we weren't looking at like, oh my God, giant TVs. We're just going to, you know, buy some cheap 1080p panel from 15. No, we weren't necessarily looking at OLED, but we were looking at like $1,500 to $1,800 TV. Like, we're investing in the set. The set isn't something that like we're just going to cheap out on. We want to build something nice. You know, do I need to go buy some wood? Do we need to actually build up a really cool looking background? You know, do we need to get different accessories for the set? There's just, you know, I've been looking at some of other people's E3 shows, whether it was GameSpot or IGN and others, to kind of find some inspiration potentially for a new set. It's hard. There's nothing easy about trying to run this show. Because when we do our E3 show, you guys saw it last year, we had never done anything like this. I think anyone who's been to the channel since E3 and has subscribed might take for granted the set we have already. Like, this set was stupidly expensive to put together, way more expensive than you would think it was. And there's just a lot of nuances here and there, a lot of equipment, a lot of different things we had to do to even make this work. And yeah, while I'm used to using this now, it's kind of like, but we want a unique look every year. We don't want to just come back with the same style of look. And then obviously we have to pay for art assets and intros and outros and be right back screens for when Eric and I need to like step away for a moment. Maybe we got an equipment malfunction. Maybe we got some other stuff. Last year it was awesome. We got to use Grant Kirkhope's music. He gave us permission to use one of his albums. That was awesome. What are we going to do this year for music? You know, because music I think is great to listen to while we're on our Be Right Backs and our intros. I don't want it to always be the same stuff we already use. So there's just a lot of things to sort out. And last year I pulled it off in 6 weeks. This year I have like 6 months. So it's nice that I have more time to figure this out, more time to budget. And I can tell you right now, all the money from channel memberships, that's another reason why I brought it up earlier, supports the show. So every penny channel memberships made is being set aside every month to be a budget for the show, and then whatever is left over, we'll just go into the giveaway pool to get stuff to give away. So yeah, that's why I really like the channel memberships right now, because they're also helping us build out our show for the summer. All right. Terra Dragon 06 says, you are great. You always do so much fun, people. Like when you give away the OLED, now you're giving away Pokemon Arceus. Yeah, I'm giving away 3 Switch OLEDs. The third one from Prime Giving is actually sitting over there. It hasn't been sent out yet. My bad. But I've been in contact. So we're going to get that sent out here before the end of the month. I know some people are like, well, Prime Giving, that was back in November. Hey, guys, disclaimer, I have 90 days to contact you and 5 years to get you the items. It doesn't usually take 5 years. In fact, nothing's taken 5 years. But I'm just saying that you'll get your item. It's cool. Everyone's going to get their stuff. They always do. One of the items, one of the Prime Giving items actually arrives this Thursday at someone's house. So we're getting things out as we can. Transitioning into the new payment schedule from the MCN has been a bit of a challenge. But whatever. It's fine. By the time we hit the February, everything should be normalized, I hope. Maybe. And then giveaways can just pop off like normal. Do you think we'll get Johto remakes for Pokemon this year? Do I think we will? No. I think we're getting a new the next gen. I think we're getting Gen 9. Or Gen 10. Or whatever generation it is for Pokemon. My logic for that? I don't know. I don't really have any logic for it, to be honest. Just... the only thing I could think of if we don't get that is that we're going to get Let's Go Gen 2. I do not think, I don't know. That's just my thought, I guess. Did you play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword? Yes, I played it on the original Wii, let alone on Switch. If so, what advice would you give players like me who are new to Skyward Sword? Pay attention to the tutorials. Don't rush through them. Can't tell you how useful those tutorials are. This is one of the few Zelda games where it's like the control scheme is entirely different. Pay attention. If you don't pay attention, you're going to be frustrated and think the game is broken. Pay attention to the actual tutorials at the beginning of the game. Besides that, have fun. What's up, Mofax? How's it going? Hope you hit 100K soon. Well, I don't like to get ahead of myself. We have to hit 77K first. It's really weird. Like, I try not to pay attention because, like, I go check, obviously, the channel analytics, like, every day. And it's weird, right? Like, at one point, we were at 76,992 subscribers, like, 4 days ago. And then we dropped to, like, 76,920. Then we bopped back up to 9,000 or 76,980 something. Now we're at 76,962. Like, dude, our rate of growth right now is severely stunted, and it's not your guys' fault. This goes all the way back to the hacking. I know people sometimes think we're well past the hacking that happened in October. We're not. The channel has basically stopped growing because viewership isn't reaching new people anymore. Our videos are not being recommended like they once were. So what's happening is we used to have a split where it was about 60% returning viewers, 40% first-time viewers per video. Now the split is like 98% returning viewers, 2% new. It means we're not reaching new people, so how can we gain new subscribers if we're not actually reaching new viewers? So that's a bit of a struggle, and there isn't really a lot I could do about it. I have talked to YouTube about it. I've talked to my MCN about it. A lot of it's just keep up the grind. Keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you can get super, super ultra clickbaity bullshit, and, you know, it's not like we don't clickbait sometimes, but, you know, there's a certain level that I don't want to go to with it that could lead to more views. And maybe us getting back in the favor of YouTube's algorithm. But basically, because we got hacked, we have been out of the favor of YouTube's algorithm and bot for months. I don't know if that's ever going to turn around. The success and growth is never guaranteed. So I'd love to, like, I have this pseudo goal. I want to hit 100,000 subscribers this year. I mean, we're getting to the halfway point of January, and we can't even get 100 subscribers. So, like, let's just be honest here. If I'm struggling to get 100 new subscribers, I mean, we got a ways to go. But I do thank you guys for tuning in. Hey, Lost the Boys Gaming! Woo! You have become the latest member of the board of directors of Nintendo Prime. Wait a second, you joined the Mythic level? 1 second. Is that the $25 level, or is that the 50? Hold on. We might have to do a shot for this one. Screw it, I'll do shots for members too. I guess I don't really care about that. But I got to see, what level was that at? What level is the Mythic membership at? You figure I should know, but I really don't off the top of my head. Mythic. I know that's one of the two big ones. Membership levels. I guess I hit edit to see them. That's weird. So we have leader. Oh, so champion at $2.99, leader at 4, legend at 10. Yeah, Eternals the 25. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that. That's a air horn moment, baby. All right. You know what? We'll pop off a shot of Goldschlager for you. Why not? By the way, that Nintendo Prime bastard, I saw you do the $2 super chat to start off the stream. Why are you being so cheap? You literally own an island in the Caribbean. You have your own private island. What the hell are you giving me just $2 for? Bust out the big card and give me the big money. And whatever. I appreciate every dollar. But Nintendo Prime, that bastard, he doesn't get free passes on cheap donations. No. He needs a... Give me the gold flakes. All right. Also, people always wonder about the gold flakes. Like, do they add anything to this? No, they're just aesthetic. And what happens when you drink gold? Nothing. You just poop it out. Is it real gold? Yes, it actually is real gold in Goldschlager. Can you actually filter it out and get some money back? Yes, you'd have to filter out several bottles to get anything worthwhile. Because I think it's like on average like $10 worth of gold in each bottle, something like that. But it also depends on, you know, where you get it appraised at and what they're willing to offer. Anyways, thank you so much, Lost Boys. We are now at 150 members. I appreciate that. We are 50 away. All right. I know there's been a lot of questions coming in. I haven't gotten to most of them. And my drink is not next to me, of course. you know what? We're going to try a brand new flavor. So tonight, I was going to grab some water. We got plenty of water bottles. But there was this new flavor of Mountain Dew that I had to try. Maybe you guys have heard of it. One second. Let me grab it quick. It's sitting over there. All right. So I had to try this. We got this Mountain Dew Zero Sugar Spark. It is a raspberry lemonade. So it's Mountain Dew with a blast of raspberry lemonade flavor. Obviously 0 calories because this is the zero sugar version. It is cold, out of the fridge. So yeah, I don't know. Just kind of curious about it. So we'll use that as the chaser. All right, I got to try it before I do the shot. It kind of gives me like a raspberry Sprite, and it's clear too. It kind of gives me a raspberry Sprite sort of flavor. But what's up, Logan LeBlanc? Thank you for being a member for 7 months. Says, let's go. Love this channel. Arceus soon! That's right. Legends Arceus soon. Let me get the shot out of the way. I do appreciate that mythic membership. You're awesome, Lost Boys Gaming. And then I guess we'll do that $2 shot for that Nintendo Prime Bastard just because I might need to cleanse the palate because this is Goldschlager, baby. It's a little rough. Oh yeah, that definitely does not cleanse it. Holy crud. Okay, that is not a very good chaser drink for Goldschlager. It's all right. We have the $2 one from that Nintendo Prime Bastard to do here. So we'll just kind of let that go up. All right. Man, is this totally flat? Because there was like no head on that. That was a really bad pour, and there was like no head, which means this is not going to taste good. Yeah. Yep, that is definitely flat beer. All right. Let's see here. Let me scroll up and get some more questions. Remember, if you guys have questions to ask at Nintendo Prime in the chat or Super Chat, again, I can't guarantee I'm getting all the questions. There used to be a time, our longtime viewers know, there used to be a time when I would try to get to every question. My God. Those were rough nights because it's just impossible to keep up. Oh, the sound from your machine is very, very low unless you didn't know. What machine? You mean like there's a low hiss? That could be the fan. Otherwise, I have no idea. Bangarang! Oh, I love that. Unless you mean my mic needs to be turned up. I could turn my mic up more. I'm not peaking, so. I discovered tequila is no joke. Had a 48 ounce of margarita on Sunday. Yeah, dude, tequila is no joke. It hits me hard. So that's why, and now you know why the tequila shot is like $100. It's like, dude, that's insane. $100? Yeah, dude, but tequila, straight especially, not mixed. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Nintendo Redirect says, hey, do you think GTA 5 will come in March 2022 for Switch? It's set on Google. You can't, what do you mean set on Google? GTA 5 Switch, March 2022. What the heck are you talking about? No. There's no GTA 5 coming to Switch in March. On Google, it's talking about the next-gen version, so PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. So yeah, there's no GTA 5 coming to Switch, and I don't think it's ever going to happen at this point. I think it should have happened years ago, but what do I know? Zach Lundenberg says, what do you think of the future of Nintendo's cloud gaming? P.S. You'll take a shot with me. Well, thanks for doing a shot with me earlier. As for the future of Nintendo's cloud gaming, yeah, cloud gaming is a thing on Switch. I kind of want them to put a section on the eShop that's cloud gaming. It'd be nice if there was a service for it as well, so you weren't paying $60 a pop. But I don't know. Nintendo sucks with online, so it's like, what do I think the future is? I mean, I don't think they're really going to change what they're currently doing. It's just going to be individual companies doing individual things and putting it on the eShop for $60. I don't really think anything's going to change, because that would require Nintendo actually knows how to run an online service. They're already struggling with their own Nintendo Switch Online, let alone the retro game stuff, let alone online gameplay. So Nintendo's got a lot of other stuff to worry about. So yeah, I think they're just going to keep letting it be the Wild Wild West. I don't think they plan to do anything about it anytime soon. I could be wrong. I know you guys will see hiring positions for cloud at Nintendo of America, but if you actually dive deep into those hiring positions, they're talking about internal infrastructure and how the company intercommunicates between Japan, Europe, and North America. So there's just a lot of, they use the cloud for communication and game development purposes. Let me scroll on down here. Rick Rubicam says, I finished collecting all the new and SNES games for America. I think he meant NES and SNES games. You finished collecting all of them? Wait, you have a complete collection. An American complete collection for both systems. Is that what I'm hearing, Rick? That you have a complete NES and SNES collection? If so, holy shit, congratulations. That ain't easy. There's some pretty hard to get games. The air horn thing. Down, down, down. I think the machine they were talking about was Voicemod. Oh, Voicemod's not working? Hold on. This thing wasn't working? You're right. Hold on. Hold on. I can fix that. Give me a second here. It's coming through. Hold on. I gotta go to settings here. For starters, it's coming through the wrong speakers. So that's number one. Hear myself, background effects. Like the output's coming through the wrong speakers. I don't understand that. It's not listed incorrectly. Hold on. So when I do this, it doesn't work. No, it doesn't. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So when I sang at the beginning, it was just my voice, right? Just my normal voice, which is cool. I have an okay voice. I'm gonna crash Voicemod quick and relaunch. So give me a moment here. Oops, I gotta turn this keyboard on. This keyboard actually needs to be charged. So give me a moment. You won't be able to hear me for a second as I crash Voicemod and reboot this bad boy. Have to do this every once in a while to fix issues with Voicemod. Oh, you know what, guys? I know what's up. You guys can still hear me, right? Yeah, Voicemod's fine. Oh my god, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Voicemod's fine. I don't have Voicemod turned on. So hold on. I gotta wait for Voicemod to reboot. Nothing's wrong with Voicemod. I forgot for the Nintendo Prime podcast. I didn't do this. Hold on. Hey, we're back. I can also turn down my mic because Voicemod's louder. Hi. Holy crap, we're a lot louder on Voicemod. Now it should work. There we go. There we go. Fixed it. Fixed it. My bad. My bad. Oh my gosh. My bad. Man, oh man. My bad on that. Totally had it messed up. Thank you guys for letting me know that. Because that's on me. I forgot to change our podcast. Because we had an issue with Voicemod during the podcast, so I turned it off on OBS. So I had to return it back on. You guys can still hear me, of course, because I had my normal just mics coming through. But we're all good now. We're all good now. Now we can properly celebrate Super Chats. And you know what? I feel like we need a proper celebration of that new member, Lost Boys Gaming. How's it going, buddy? Let's party it up here. I'll tell you this. I have a few moves to bust out today. If we get certain super chats, I got a couple moves to bust out, but we're gonna save them. Yeah, it totally works now. Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. We're all good. Now I can sing to you. Now I can do this. You know. Oh, Danny boy. I don't know why I went to Danny boy. I just stopped. That just was a mistake. I like that jacket. Okay, so this isn't a jacket. This is just like a pullover shirt. The thing about this shirt is I don't like it. One, I mean, it's got these thumb things, of course, you know, so you can be like, oh yeah, I'm cool. Those little thumb. I don't. It's dumb. Anyways, there are times I do like thumb things, like on certain sweatshirts. It's kind of nice, especially when it's a little cold, but not too cold. Like you're in the fall and you're at like a campfire. It's kind of nice that you can like warm up just a little bit like this, but then like you know when the fire gets going, you can take it off. Anyways, weird conversation there, but I don't like the way this looks on me. So like right now when I'm sitting here, I think it looks fine. You can definitely tell it's big. It's loose. It's way too big for me. I mean, the arms are way too long. This even you know with even me being a big boy, like this is really big. So like I don't like how this looks on me, especially when I'm standing up. It looks fine sitting down, but even then, like it's so like it doesn't fit me, right? Way too big for me. So the problem with this might just be the size or the fact that like so when this was bought, and this is one way you know I've lost weight. I know that the weight loss has been a little rough in the last year, but the year prior I lost a bunch of weight and I've never put that weight back on. Is this was a shirt that was bought when I was at my largest size. And at my largest size, it was not wrinkly like this. It was it was smooth like this, like pulled tight. It was smooth. And that was at my largest size. I am not that. So, and I've kept it off. I just need to lose more now. You know, so I kind of went that year where I didn't really lose anything last year. I didn't really put anything back on. Now we got to get back into that weight loss kick. But yeah, so I don't like that it's too big on me. And when I stand up, I really don't like the way it looks when I stand up. So, yeah, there's just some things to think about and consider with this shirt. But if you like it, cool. I don't even what's the brand on this thing? It's Umbro, whatever brand that is. The only Umbro clothing I have in my house. So, there's a bunch of 35th anniversaries happening. It's just that gaming's been around a while. The design on the sleeves, this little pattern, yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't know. It's just way too big on me, so it's not a very flattering shirt. And I could see that when I was editing my video today. It just wasn't very flattering at all. Do you think they should bring back Virtual Console on the Switch? I don't. It's like a loaded question because they would have to abandon what they're currently doing to do it. I know you could argue no, they could just leave the service as an option and then give us the ability to purchase. That's not the way it goes. Nintendo can barely focus on the one thing they are doing, let alone two. So you're either getting one or the other. Personally, don't get mad. I don't really play old games. I grew up with them. I played them a lot. I don't have a lot of interest to replay them. Every now and then, Secret of Mana is maybe the one that I'll replay once in a while. But the thing is, I just don't care about these retro games that much. I'm not like a good person to ask this question of. What I will say is, since I'm someone who doesn't really care that much about them, I prefer a service. I prefer the idea that instead of buying games individually that I'll probably never turn on, I could just spend X amount of money for a month or a year and just have access to a shitload of them where I might actually play one or two of them. So for me personally, as someone that when I bought them back on Virtual Console, didn't play them anyways, I bought Ocarina of Time on Wii VC and never once even booted it up. So it was a waste of money to me. I bought something. I even made sure I brought it over to Wii U. Still never booted it up. So it's like, that's a waste of money to get something you're not going to use. So for me personally, I prefer service. Now, I want the service to be better. I want them to be more transparent. I want a lot of things to get better about what they're doing. I want their emulation to get better. But personally, I prefer a service. That's because I don't care that much about retro games. I know a lot of people do, a lot of you guys do, and you figure I would. I've been gaming a long time, but like, I just don't play. Like, okay, put it this way. Finding time to play current games is already rough. I don't have time to play the old ones. I don't know. Let me explain how I play games. A lot of you people, and I know this just from talking to you, replay games all the time. Oh, I got to replay my favorites every year. Oh, I got to, Breath of the Wild's amazing. I got to replay it. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to replay. Or you play games, obviously, that don't have like multiplayer games. Or, hey, now Mario Kart 64 is multiplayer online, so I need to go back and play that. It's just not the way I am. I kind of play a game until I've had my fill, and then I move on. I don't really ever go back. Is there anyone else in the chat that's like that with me? Where like you play a game till you have your fill, and then you just don't play it anymore. And you never really have a reason to go back because you always have something else to look forward to. Like I'm looking forward to experiences I haven't had rather than wanting to go back to experiences I've already had. Is anybody else like that? Or am I like alone in this idea that I just don't go back and play old games? I mean, it could be from a year ago, let alone 30 years ago. I just don't. Like if I've already played and beat it, I don't really have a desire to play it again. That doesn't mean I like the game any less. It just means I've already played it. I've already experienced it. I want new. I want new experiences. I don't want to just live in the past because it's just not that exciting to just keep replaying games that I already know everything that happened. I know literally every story element of Secret of Mana. It makes the game less exciting when I replay it. I'd rather play Breath of the Wild 2 because I don't know it yet, right? I'm not mad. I was asking your opinion. Like the NSO, NES, and SNES N64 Genesis service just wish that they would listen to fans and at least try and put more into it. I think with the online service, there's two things I want Nintendo to do. One, I want them to have a guaranteed amount of games they're going to add every month, no matter the platform. It could be NES, SNES, and 64 or Genesis. I don't care. I want there to be a set number, whether it's 3 to 5 games per month that they're going to be adding to the service, regardless of what platform it's on. Okay, that's one thing I want Nintendo to be like. If you think about Games of Gold, you think about PlayStation Network. They have a set amount of games that are going to be coming out every single month for the most part. Every now and then there's an exception, but you're getting at least 3 titles every single month from those services. I want to know every month we're getting X amount of games, but we don't. Beyond that, I want to know the day you're going to announce those games and when they're coming out. So Games of Gold and PlayStation Network has a set day every single month that they tell us what the games are going to be and when the games will be available. Nintendo doesn't do that. We are literally on January 10th, and the only thing we know is that we're getting Banjo and Kazooie this month. But how are we almost halfway through the month and we don't know when we're getting Banjo and Kazooie? Why does Nintendo drop it last minute? I guess maybe to get trending on Twitter that day. I'm trying to understand the reasoning that we can't know ahead of time. Like, why couldn't we have known on January 5th what games are coming to the Switch service this month, all of them, and when we're going to get them? Why can't we know? Why can't there be a set day every month, first Friday of every month, right? First Monday of every month, whatever. First Wednesday of every month. Pick a day and just say that's the day we're announcing all of the Nintendo Switch Online games for that month. So those two things are what I want Nintendo to do. I'm not even talking about what games they announce. Have a set number for every month and a set day that you tell us what they are and when we are going to get them. It's not like Nintendo doesn't know. It's not like right now Nintendo headquarters is sitting there twiddling their thumbs with no idea when Banjo-Kazooie is coming out this month. It's not like last month Nintendo didn't know they were adding all those Genesis games. Or Nintendo didn't know. Nintendo keeps doing these last minute things. Like February, we could get 0 games. Or we could get 20. Who the hell knows? And to me, that's a problem. I get that it's headline grabbing. The day Nintendo drops, oh yeah, by the way, today or tomorrow, we're getting, 7 new Genesis games. Oh, by the way, Banjo-Kazooie Shadow Drop today, except you already told us we're getting it. Oh, and by the way, here's what you're getting next month, but we're not going to tell you when. Like, it's frustrating. It's not good. I think Nintendo might be addicted to trending on social media instead of addicted to creating consistency with consumers they're asking to spend money on them consistently. Remember, what we're talking about is a service. We're talking about something you have to subscribe to for at least a month, usually 3, 6, or a year. And if it's, in case of the N64, it's for a year. So if you already captured people for a year, why do they need surprise, shadow drops, trending on? No, you're doing a service. We should be able to know what's coming to a service, that we pay for. We already gave you the money. We should know what's coming every month. And we don't. And that sucks. It's the worst part of how Nintendo handles their Switch Online. Not even the number of games. Not knowing every month when shit's happening. Surprise! No! Surprise! Actually tell us ahead of time. Thank you. Move on. So dumb. So dumb. I hate how Nintendo handles it. This isn't like, surprise, you can buy this on the eShop. Fine, that's a shadow drop. It's not a shadow drop when it's something I already paid for. I already paid for the service. You're not shadow dropping jack shit. Oh, surprise, be happy we added something. No, I expect you to because you created the expectation. Just let me know what you're adding and when you're going to do it. Don't just be like, surprise, it's today. No. How about surprise? We actually get with the times and let people know what the hell's coming because we already know. We already know what our entire NSO schedule probably is for the next 6 months. It's dumb. You want a surprise? Hey, we're adding Game Boy. Make that like a surprise. Oh, by the way, surprise, next month we're adding Game Boy games. Cool. You can surprise announce that. But like, there should be a schedule to this. And there is. And Nintendo has an internal schedule. So why can't we know it? Why does it have to be a surprise to us who already paid? It's like, oh, you're thinking about canceling? Oh, surprise. It's like, it doesn't guarantee anything. We literally could get Majora's Mask or whatever it is. No, Banjo-Kazooie this month and then not see another N64 game for 4 months. How the hell do we know? There's a history where Nintendo just stops releasing new games. So, I don't know. What's up, Kevin Wallace? How's it going, man? Zach, yes, that's 100% what I was asking about the Virtual Console coming back. They at least had consistently put games out if they did that, oh boy. Hey, they weren't even that consistent with Virtual Console. It was a little better, but after a while it stopped being consistent. So I'm not going to say that it was super consistent with that either. It was a bit better, but Nintendo's had this problem with all their online stuff. They act like everything they do with anything that's a subscription or online-based thing is like the greatest thing that's ever happened. Oh, guys, we got this amazing idea. Nobody's doing this. We don't know why. The whole industry is stupid. So hell yeah, we're having voice chat, baby. But you know what? You know what we think? They should do it through their phone. That's right. They should do 2 devices to play their online game. Oh man, you're with your buddies in Splatoon 2. You know what sounds really exciting? Grab your phone, the voice chat with them. But Nintendo, I don't need you for that. If I'm gaming with my buddies, I could just get on voice chat through Discord. I could just call them. Why do I need your app? That's not actually a convenience. The reason that things like the PlayStation chat and the Xbox Live chat works is because people don't need to use extra devices. They can just do it all right there. Oh, free-to-play games can have it. Nintendo thinks everything they do is like the greatest idea that nobody's ever thought of. And it's like, there's a reason. Like, you think other companies haven't thought about putting voice chat on phones instead of the system? Yeah, it probably came up in a board meeting. And then that person was like that meme and got chucked out the window for it being such a shitty idea. Like, it's not a good idea. It was never a good idea. And like, Nintendo's full of these kind of decisions. Oh, you know what sounds good? Wii U flopped. Wii U was a shit show. It flopped. So let's abandon everything about that platform and go back in time. Oh, Wii U, you could friend people with account names? Nah, friend code. Oh, Wii U, local voice chat? No, voice chat on app. Oh, Wii U, we actually created a really interesting social media network for sharing images and chatting and getting Nintendo fans together and rating games? No. Wii U flopped. That's a shit idea. Let's throw Miiverse out the fucking window. Oh, wait a second. We actually had user ratings on our eShop so people could determine if an indie game was good or not? Nah, Wii U flopped. Clearly, these are the reasons Wii U flopped, so we must toss all the good shit out the window and go backwards in time. Because remember, friend codes, Big hit on DS. Big hit on Wii. Big hit on 3DS. Friend codes. That's why those systems were popular. Oh, we had Miiverse, and it flopped. Like, the system flopped, so we can't do... Nintendo. You actually legitimately did good things. You made positive steps forward. And then you're like, because that system flopped, screw it, we're throwing those ideas. Those ideas weren't why the Wii U flopped. Like, what you did with online had nothing to do with why Wii U flopped. User ratings were good. Account names to add friends, good. Bad. Everything you're doing with Switch Online right now. Everything you're doing with the eShop right now, how disorganized it was. Better organized on the Wii U, that shouldn't be the case. Things should get better over time, not worse. But it's like Nintendo looked at, because that system flopped, every idea we have with it needs to be tossed in the trash. And I think that's just dumb. But that's just the way Nintendo operates. You know? It's like, yeah. To me, it's just dumb. Like, if they have a system that does bad, they just think everything that they did needs to be thrown out. I wish they would ask consumers, like they do these consumer surveys. Like, I wish they would ask consumers, like, hey, did you actually like Miiverse? Did you actually like adding friends through accounts, or would you want to go back to friend codes? And they would have saw a universal landslide. And yeah, Miiverse is great. Let's just make it even better. Yeah, because we create communities around these games local on our system. Yeah, adding account names a landslide win. Everyone likes that. These aren't why people weren't buying the Wii U's. It's I wish that Nintendo would just be. It's almost like they need, because Nintendo's very stubborn. It's almost like they need someone on the board of directors in Japan that comes from like high up Microsoft or high up Sony. It's like they need someone who handles the online systems for those platforms high up on their board of directors. So they could just, when these ideas come up in the board meetings and they're making these decisions, they could be like, are you stupid? Do you not pay attention to what your own community is asking for? It's fine to innovate and do cool ideas. One thing I did think was cool about their phone app was that you were supposed to be able to, original idea, be able to create future play sessions. And I thought that was a useful thing for the app. Xbox has an app, PlayStation has an app. I thought that was a really useful thing for a companion app, to be able to, gather all your Switch friends together, set up a future play date, basically, and a time and everything, and then everyone meets up to play. Really neat idea. No one else really does that. But Nintendo never gave us that, and they haven't talked about it since Reggie Fils-Aimé told us it was going to be a thing. Reggie said, this is happening, and then it never happened. So you had a good idea, and then you never executed it. So, yeah, I don't know. Nintendo does what Nintendo does. What are you going to do about it? And I swear I could sit down and talk to you for hours about this stuff. I tell you, you're one of the most easiest people to talk to about this kind of stuff. I try to be pretty easygoing. I mean, it's not like you can't get under my skin. There's a certain user that's going to go unnamed on Twitter and now on our YouTube channel who doesn't like what I do. Straight up called me a liar this morning or something. And I asked them, what am I lying about? And of course, they linked me a bunch of, or didn't link me, but told me a bunch of video titles in like the last 3 years. It was like four of them, most of them from 2 years ago, claiming that I was just lying or whatever. And the only one they really got me on, because like one of them was, oh yeah, this title is a lie, or a lie, something about how the Switch might increase in $75 due to some tariffs. This was a story from 2 years ago. And it was a speculation piece by me. It was properly titled. It said, Switch might increase price by $75, and then there was a question mark, and then the source was an article about tariffs the U.S. was considering against China that would have led to an increase in price of all electronics by roughly $60 to $75, as specified in that article. So that was the basis of that conversation, and it was a speculation piece, and it wasn't news, and it didn't pretend to be news. And apparently I was a liar because of that, even though the title always said might, always had a question mark, and was sourced. But remember, I lied. And he swore 30 minutes ago, that's not what the title said. The title said Switch will increase. You just changed it to get. No, I didn't change the title to get. Why would I do that? I haven't touched that video in 2 years. Why the hell would I go back to an old video and change the title just to win an argument on social media? That's stupid. I don't need to defend myself. My work kind of speaks for itself. And then, but the one thing he got me on was like a podcast episode that mentioned like Disney Plus coming to Switch or whatever, and it was total speculation. And we just had a fun conversation on the podcast about it. And the guy's like, "Yeah, but that title makes it sound like Disney Plus is coming on Switch." And I'm like, "Sure, I guess you got me. I guess I lied. I mean, we did talk about Disney Plus coming to Switch during the podcast, but I guess you got me because in the title it didn't have a question mark or something. It didn't infer that that was speculation." Called clickbait. I'm not adverse to clickbaiting, but what you read into that title is what you read into it. It did not say Disney Plus is coming to Switch. It said Disney Plus on Switch. That's it. It didn't say is coming, will come, report, Disney Plus coming to Switch, rumor, Disney Plus. No. It just said Disney Plus on Switch, and then there was some other topic for the podcast, and then it said Nintendo Prime Podcast episode 106 or something. And I was like, okay, I guess you got me. The title is misleading. Yeah, it's clickbait. It's getting you to click so you come in and listen to the conversation. The conversation on Disney Plus coming to Switch does actually happen. So once you get inside, the content backs it up, but it does explain that we're just, talking about our desires to have Disney Plus on Switch. It wasn't, it was a really weird conversation. And then I eventually just said, screw it, and I blocked them. And then they popped on the YouTube channel. Oh, yeah. And then I was like, oh, thanks for letting me know what your username is. Oh, I got a bunch of different usernames. Oh, man, a bunch of different usernames. I'm going to get your channel blocked before you can get me blocked. I'm like, I'm not going to block you for starters. You're allowed to have your opinion and be critical. I blocked you on Twitter because I just didn't really feel like talking to you anymore. Completely honest. You sounded so ridiculous. Making accusations when everything was completely sourced. And I admitted to the one thing I do sometimes, which is clickbait, which is create a title that entices you to click that might make you think it's something that is not. But the actual topic is still talked about in the video. So it's not like it's come here to see top 10 hottest babes on Switch, and then it's an entirely different video. Like, no. I do clickbait, but I always make sure what's in is related to the title. Now, lately I've had a little bit of fun with clickbait. Like, hey, don't watch this video. I warn you. Like, I couldn't think of a good title. And to be completely honest, I just couldn't think of a good title for it. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. Let's just throw this out there and see if it gets more or less attention than a normal title would. And then there was like the one where, oh, this is the end. And it was just what I thought was a clever joke play on the end of 2021. I literally thought it was a pretty clever joke, but some people get really mad about it. And it's like, you know what? I'm kind of done apologizing for being me. Like, I ain't got nothing to defend anymore, man. You either like my content or you don't. And one thing all of us have to realize on the internet is you can't please everybody, right? Like, I'm not saying there's not fair criticism of the channel. Like, if people want to yell at me about clickbait, it's cool. That's fine. Sure. You don't like the way I title videos? That's cool. You don't like my thumbnails? Cool. Don't watch my content. You can block my channel. I don't know if people realize this. Like, YouTube makes it really easy to block channels. You never see them again. So I don't know. I haven't been able to watch yesterday's video since it says don't watch this. It was a psyche play to get people to click and hopefully watch. You don't have to watch the video. It's not like it's just a video where I talk about all the things I'm afraid of for the future of gaming. And it goes over like free to play games. It goes over NFTs. It goes over a whole bunch of stuff. So all digital future, etc. Shot time! Woo! Thank you so much, GI Rocky 3! $9.99. Shot time, love the content. That is a UV blue. Second full shot of the night, baby. Let's do it. Interviewing you and giving your opinion on the latest news and rumors. That's why we watch. As I said, some of the clickbait stuff is obviously just playing the social media game. It's hard to get clicks. It's hard to get noticed by new viewers. Especially for my channel right now after getting hacked. So, I don't know, it's whatever. It is Water. Well, it's whatever. My phone's waterproof. Still, I don't like seeing water. Turn on my do not disturb, just in case something happens. Yulia might need to get a hold of me. I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you guys see this? Sort of. It says, the face you make when kids ask a question you just answered. And it's like, it looks a lot funnier because it just does. All right, let me get this UV blue out of the way. Much UV blue and Mountain Dew usually goes together, although this is raspberry lemonade, so I have no idea. Yeah, I'm reminded why I stopped doing UV blue. Reminds me of when I was 21. You gotta head out, Ace Gamer. It's getting late, and you gotta be up at 6 tomorrow. Looking forward to the next stream. Later, man. Have a good night, dude. You don't need to apologize for what you do, nor who you are. If some lame brain doesn't like you, that's their problem. Yeah, and I always go like, this person, in this case was always like, yeah, man, I have a point to what I'm doing. Like, just sitting here, you're the one following me, because at the time he was following me on Twitter. And I was like, he's like, I have a point to what I'm doing. I'm going to expose your channel, and once everyone realizes what it is, they're going to unsubscribe. Like, you're just e-begging and taking advantage of people and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, you think what you want, man. You're not going to get my channel banned because I'm not breaking terms of service. And you just don't like what I do. Like, I always like, do you have like the same energy going after RGT85? How about Switchforce? How about Sunbro Nation? How about billions of YouTube channels that exist that do it what I do, and sometimes do it even more clickbaity than I do? Like, are you not going after them? Like, did you guys not see the news today? Did you guys not see the news today from like a half dozen, maybe or more, YouTube channels, quite big ones, letting you know that, oh man, we're getting a big Nintendo Switch Online update this week, and the reasoning is because there's 4 different maintenance things happening this week. We had 6 different maintenance things happen 2 weeks ago. We had one day we had 4 last week, and nothing happened that week. Like, the maintenance schedule literally has never definitively proven we're getting Nintendo Switch Online updates, nor is it definitively proven we're getting new updates to Nintendo Switch's OS, nor has it proven that we're getting Nintendo Directs. Like, these updates just happen when Nintendo needs to do them. They don't have anything necessarily to do with anything other than they have maintenance to do. So, like, yeah, Banjo-Kazooie could drop this week because it's supposed to come this month anyways. But I just kept thinking, like, these videos are popping up talking about this, acting like it's big news. And I'm like, I get that they're creating speculation out of something that's actually happening. I do that as well. I just think they're doing it because news is really light right now. There's not a lot to talk about in terms of new news. This is the way it goes at the beginning of every year until the new flood. And we are getting Pokemon Legends Arceus, commercials and trailers and stuff basically every day. So we do have that to talk about. But if you don't want to talk about Legends Arceus every day, you don't want to deep dive into that footage, then what you're left with is nothing much to really talk about besides speculation. So I understand it from a speculation viewpoint. Like, if someone wanted to go like, hey man, does this big thing mean we're getting does this mean we're getting a Nintendo Switch Online update? I'm cool with a title like that. But some of the titles were like, we're getting a massive, it's like, no, we're not. And I get it. I use massive news, big news. I use those titles, but I don't know. Something about it just irked me a little, where it's like, we're really stretching to get views because there's nothing else to talk about at the moment. Like me, I really didn't want to make that video I made today, to be honest. I shouldn't have made a video today. If I'm completely honest, I should not have made a video. I'm not proud of that video today. If I wanted to talk about that switch to non-news prediction, I would have talked about it when it happened last week. Instead, I talked about the other part of it, where he said, that Mario Kart is in development. If I wanted to talk about that, I would have talked about it then. So why did I talk about it today? Because I had nothing else to talk about in terms of new stuff. So it's kind of like, I don't have anything else to talk about. I don't have any news for you guys. I don't have anything worth making a video on. So I guess we'll talk about this thing. I didn't want to make that video. Which reminds me, I need to replenish my idea board. My idea board's empty at the moment. I got a whiteboard behind my editing computer. that I usually jot down a list of discussion video ideas. So like any day there's not like good news to talk about, I can grab one of those topics and run with it. But right now the idea board is white. So I do got to get some new ideas up there, and that would have been the video I made today instead of this. But what are you gonna do, right? It's a Monday. Had to get a video out because I do videos Monday through Friday, guaranteed. So that's what you got. I don't think it was. I think the video turned out fine. It's just I don't know. I've listened through that video that I did today during editing, and then twice on YouTube, all the way from start to finish. And I'm like, I'm just kind of rambling for like 18 minutes. The only part of that video I liked was when I grabbed SpongeBob and like was having a conversation with him and pretended I got caught so I could talk about the $100 cash we're giving away to new subscribers this month. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Like, I want to have some more fun with talking about those giveaways because it gets really boring being like, hey, guess what? All new subscribers this month get a chance to win $100 cash. Also, 3 of you guys will win a copy of Pokemon Legends Arceus. But like, it gets boring saying that thing the same way every day. So I'm trying to like have a little fun in how I bring it up. I need to get some puppets, man. I would like to do like a puppet thing. I think it'd be kind of cool. Have some puppets come up on set. Like, come up here. And they start talking to each other. Talking about the giveaways. I don't know. Something like that. Like, but then I gotta buy puppets and I don't have puppets. So, my kids don't have puppets I can use either. Damn it. So, I don't know. Corey said, I had to stop watching Switch Force due to excessive clickbait titles. I'm serious. I got abnormally irritated. Yeah, I don't get irritated by Switch Force's titles. And the thing is, I make titles like him too. Sometimes I even do thumbnails like he does. I don't know. It was one of those things where I understand what they're doing. Maybe my mind doesn't work that way, right? Like, I saw the maintenance schedule and I was like, this isn't even news. Why would I talk about it? Then I see others speculating, making these videos on it, and I'm like, how much do I lower my standards for clicks? Do I lower my standards to make a speculation video on something that I know has no direct correlation to anything? Do I basically do what that person this morning accused me of and lie? Where I'm creating speculation on something I know doesn't actually correlate. Now, maybe you end up being right and Banjo-Kazooie comes out this week. That's more of a I got lucky, less of a, oh yeah, it's because of that maintenance schedule. Because I know that's like not, that doesn't tell you anything. So it's one of those like, do I lower my standards to try to get clicks? And no one would probably be even mad at me about it, right? Like, whatever, he's just speculating, not a big deal. No one's gonna get mad about that. It'd have a question mark on it, and everyone would think it's all good. But also, I don't believe it. I don't think there's something tangible there. Then I'm like, well, do I make a video where I tell everyone this isn't happening or this isn't related after all these other channels did, and then it makes it look like I have an issue with those channels, which I don't have an issue with those channels, right? It's like I don't really want to do that because I understand what they're doing. It's just, do I lower my standards to that level? And I just said, no, I guess I'll just talk about this topic that is a real topic. I mean, I had an idea about talking about Nintendo Kart, since it's been trending all weekend. So I had an idea to have a discussion video on that and like potential characters and where in certain games I would like racetracks to be based off of. I've had an idea like that floating around, but the debate right now seems to be whether people want Nintendo Kart versus normal Mario Kart in the first place. So would forcing one single narrative in that be a smart idea at the moment when fans are kind of split on whether they want a Nintendo Kart or they want a Mario Kart? Like, if I push this idea, is it going to piss people off? So, like, there's a lot of things you got to consider when you're making videos. Is your dock broken? I don't know. When you hook it up, does it work? If it doesn't, probably broken. I mean, I don't have it in front of me to like do any tests or like open it up and look at things. So Um, you're gonna unsub. Guys, I'm not telling people to unsub from others. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. I can show you guys. I am subscribed to Switch Force. So we got a bot there from Russia. But yeah, I'm subscribed to Switch Force. This isn't me like I'm trying not to be critical of these channels. I know what they're doing. I get it. And like, my critics will come on and be like, "You're just as bad. You do the same." And like, I talk about the things I want to talk about, and it just wasn't like if I thought, even if the maintenance schedule was unrelated, if I thought there was something worthwhile talking about in regards to when I think Banjo-Kazooie can come out, or when I think the next big update for Nintendo Switch Online, which might be Game Boy games or something, is coming, I talk about that. But the thing is, that's such a wild speculative thing that I'd probably save that for the podcast and talk about it there, like when the next big Nintendo Switch Online update is going to come. That feels like a really good podcast topic, and to bring other people on who use Nintendo Switch Online more than me to talk about it, right? But Taker 610. Thank you so much, buddy, for the $2. Says Mario Kart 9 features Wisconsin themed track. That would be hilarious. Thanks for the $2. We already have a Nintendo card. I disagree, Shiny Ray. We have a handful of courses and a handful of characters in a game that's got like dozens and dozens of courses, like dozens of courses and dozens of characters. So I would say it's more like we have some really cool DLC, but we don't really have actual Nintendo card. Actual Nintendo card wouldn't lean so heavily into Mario. It would be really split. It'd be like Smash Bros. It'd be really split between a bunch of different franchises. He's boring. Who's born in Joe Schmo says, I like Zach stuff for a while, but it's gotten to the point where over positivity makes me a little nauseous, and the overuse of clickbait was the cherry on top. He does have a positive. I think so when it comes to the over positivity, I think I like that about Switch Force and Zach, Ghost Robo. The reason I think I like it is because I feel like in the YouTube community, there's just a lot of negativity. You'll see RGT85 blasting things. You'll see Spawnwave at times be down on things. You'll see a lot of channels get hypercritical of things, and that's fine. But we need the opposite end of the spectrum, which is hyper positivity. And I feel like that's what Zach brings. He brings the hyper positivity to this. There's other channels that do as well, by the way. He's not alone. I would argue Beat 'em Ups is probably one of those channels that I would say is very upbeat. But also, I think his content's obviously a lot more unique. Obviously, not necessarily worrying about news so much. So I would say that's also a different kind of channel. So yeah, it doesn't really bother me. And I think for children, especially, a channel like Zach's is really important. Children need positivity in their lives. So having a channel that's like positive all the time, for the most part, like he's critical once in a while, but when he's critical, like when he's talking about something in a critical way that's negative or in a negative light, like he doesn't really get like passionately upset about it. Like you guys will see when something pisses me off, I'll be like, dude, this is just you'll see me rub my face. You'll see me like, my voice. Sometimes you'll see me get like, I can't believe this is happening. And like you'll see me get passionate about something that I think is bad. And he doesn't really get that way. He kind of keeps it on the light side. And that's fine. I think that's a really good way to approach children. In particular. Like I would be cool if my kids watched this sport. I got no problem with that. Very family friendly. Corey says you're great and use it sparingly. I'm not gonna like when we talk about things like clickbait, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I use it sparingly. Like, if you just go to my channel, forget the live streams and podcasts, just go to normal videos, and you just look at my my titles. Today's title: Nintendo Switch 2 plans take shape? Question mark! Exclamation point! What plans take shape? There was a prediction by an analyst. So what plans are taking shape? Exactly. Nintendo didn't say anything. There's no real news there. It's a clickbait title. Don't watch this video. I'm warning you. Literally a clickbait title. Mario Kart 9 coming. No question mark. It's a bit of a bait. It's a bit of a bait there. Switch going all digital. Drift fix for good. Whoa. Yes, we talk about those stories. Come on. Clearly, it's clickbait. Nintendo hints at the next Nintendo Direct. Pure speculation. Clickbait. Let's see here. Rumor. Zelda HD Twins. That's the rumor stuff. Big Nintendo Switch news has arrived. Clickbait. Future video games scaring me. That's just an opinion piece. GoldenEye leak. That actually happened. This is the end. Goodbye. Clickbait. Major Splatoon 3 leak. Nintendo Direct. Whoa. Clickbait. I think I could just stop there. That's like, what is that? 10 of my last 12 videos? Like, of course I use them. You have to. That's just the way things work. You have to do it. You have to be. Your titles have to entice people to click on the video. If your titles are boring, if your thumbnails are boring, and they don't entice people to click, it doesn't matter what you're making a video on, people will not watch. You need an exciting thumbnail and an exciting title. They matter more than the actual content for how many views you get. Now, the content determines if you gain subscribers and if you retain that viewership on future videos. But to just get the raw viewership on a single video, the title and thumbnail matter more than the content. Taker 610 and Justin Basil. Woo! Taker 610 says, "Is beat 'em ups English or Australian?" Australian. Justin Basil says, "Hyper positivity times 4." Yeah, he's Australian who moved to America. And then hyper positivity times 4. So there we go. That's the shot of we'll do the kinky first. 5 is the kinky. All right. Let's see here. You're the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. Gotta be careful or I get. Oh, what's this? I can insert an ad. Since when did they add the Twitch? Hold on. I can add stream markers. What the hell's a stream? Hold on. YouTube added new features without telling me. Maybe they did. It's probably in a blog post somewhere. So now I can insert ads randomly into my stream. Hold on. Does this actually insert an ad like live? I'm going to click the button. I'm sorry. I got to see what happens. I have no idea. It said ad inserted. I'm waiting to see if anything happens live. I bet you it's just for after, maybe? Is it for, it must be for after. It doesn't look like anything happened live. So, did some of you guys get an ad? I don't know if any of you guys got an ad. I'm just curious. I hit the insert ad button. I have no idea what that did. This is create a highlight video. I know about that one. But then there's this ad stream marker. I wonder if that's just for me. If like I want to mark a point, I should remember that when I do my my podcast, so I can like mark the start of a new topic. Oh, a new topic. Let me hit the marker, and then I'll add a marker, so I know where new topics start, so I can make clips on the other channel. No ad. Yeah, I have YouTube Premium too. That's the thing. I might not see it because I have YouTube Premium. Cheers. All right. It's cool. There was no ad. I have no. It must be for on demand. I was just curious what happens. On Twitch, if you hit the button, it does play an ad. I'm gonna have to play around with the stream marker though. I'm gonna hit it right now to see what happens. Stream marker. Unable to add. Stream marker added. Markers. Wait, what did it say? Markers appear. That popped up for so long or so low. I'm so confused. It said stream marker added. It popped up this notification, but I didn't get to fully read it. Oh, here we go. Let me add another stream marker. Stream marker. Markers appear in the video. Editor. Oh, there we go. Cool. Yeah, dude. I like stream markers then. I'm going to use those for future podcast episodes. That way I know when new topics start, so I know when to clip videos. Sweet. I'm gonna say that's a nice creator tool. Thank you, YouTube. You gave me a nice creator tool. I like that. Plus, people always bitch at me. I know your biggest if you didn't have chapters. Well, if I add stream markers while I'm doing it, I don't have to think about it that much, right? I can go in and add chapters after without having to like scrub through and figure out start and end. Because like some topics are superfluous in podcasts, right? Like you kind of naturally get into them, so there's not really like a definitive start. Do the Philip DeFranco method. Outrageous title. The Philip DeFranco method. All right, now let me throw Shigeru Miyamoto over here, and then throw sexy Zelda over my shoulder, like Zelda bending over in Breath of the Wild. Just like shocked, surprised, confused. Just do like all those different faces, super zoomed in, over the shoulder. Nintendo, same art in the background. There's my video, baby. I like Philip DeFranco though. I really like his show. I think he does a good job on YouTube. But the method works for him. So. And he doesn't even shy away from it. He knows it's clickbait bullshit. He knows. He even thanks when like stupid drama on YouTube happens. It's like, thanks for the clickbait. Because he knows viewers are going to be higher because of it. Anything Twitch related is poking me. Yeah, I got no problem with it, man. He's mostly a good guy. I don't have any complaints about Philip. Let's see here. Name one streamer or YouTuber that doesn't use clickbait. They do exist. Come on. Funny, ESPN uses it on YouTube all the time. It's hilarious. Like, oh, ESPN. Like, nah. They clickbait like motherfuckers. Let me see here. I'm just going through. Okay, so like highlight channels of like sporting events. They don't really use clickbait much. They're just like, this is a clutch shot, or have you seen that man? Have you seen this jam? Have you seen and every single time it's actually legitimately what the title says. So there's those. Dreamcast guy I know does some clickbaiting, which is fine. Switch Force, IGN clickbait. So I find this funny too. So like Review Tech USA made basically the same video I did today. Said some credible next gen Nintendo Switch news. And it's like Dr. Sirkin Toto is a credible person. But he didn't frame it as news. He framed it as speculation, as a prediction. So it's kind of like it's clickbait. But like I would use that same kind of clickbait. Like if I really cared about my video getting views, I would have used a similar clickbaity title today, but I didn't. Anyways. Just kind of scrolling down to find channels that I follow that don't really clickbait. It's tough because when you follow ESPN and sporting channels, like they put up like 1 billion videos a day, so it really eats up your feed. And you might go, get rid of them. I'm like, yeah, but I actually check out a lot of these little highlight clips instead of watching the full show. I don't have time to watch full show. Let's see here. Player Essence does clickbait. I'd say his clickbait's on the lighter side, but Player Essence does use clickbait. I would say if there's one place that I don't think uses personally, I'm double checking right now. I was gonna say Game Explain. Um, their titles are usually very to the point, like Mario Kart Tour, Singapore Tour trailer from Singapore. Okay, it's the new track added to Mario Kart Tour. Someone compared all 100 NES versus SNES games. Okay, that's the thing that actually happened. Is Monster Hunter Rise better on PC than Switch? It's a review. That makes sense. Xbox reevaluates Activision. Makes sense. They actually did do that. What could Mario Kart 9's new twist be? Okay, that's a little discussion podcast like video. Rumor Mario Kart 9 is real. They put rumor in the title. No problem there. Not really clickbait. Let's see here. Pokemon Legends Arceus overview trailer. Konami selling NFTs for Castlevania 35th. They're very to the point with their title. And you might go, dude, that's a really big channel that's working for them. Is it? I asked because they have 1.25 million subscribers, and these videos are getting like 15, 20, maybe 30,000 views. It's not a lot of views for how many subscribers they have. So it's like they're to the point. But like I even look at like, they do upload a lot of videos. That's one thing they kind of make up for by uploading more often. But like in the last 24 hours, they had a Mario Kart Tour Singapore Tour trailer. They had the Monster Hunter Rise better on PC review. They had a Kirby video and the combo three combo video. 3 of those videos are less than 3 minutes. One's less than a minute, and one's a review. So none of those, besides one, has like over 10,000 views. So I don't know. They're kind of going with the method of more is better, which is fine. But I will say Game Explain isn't very clickbaity. They're very, very to the point. There you go. Wanted an example? I think that's a good example in the gaming community of a non-clickbaity. Frederick Plum. I'm assuming that's another Tide user. Yeah, we have public chat open right now, so like we're gonna get more bots than usual mods. That's why we're seeing some of these. Jack's Films. Zelda Informer, they're the worst. What? Zelda Informer doesn't have. I'm confused. Are you trying to make fun of me? The Zelda Informer doesn't have a YouTube channel anymore. My channel was the Zelda Informer YouTube channel. Game Over Jesse doesn't use clickbait. He doesn't use it on everything. He's not really bad about it. Like, hey, I'm not gonna count Highland Gamecast podcast stuff because what people don't know, there's a very limited amount of characters you get. So when you're trying to jam in some major titles into your podcast episodes, they're really gotta be super short. Even adding things like a question mark can sometimes be one character too much. I'm not even kidding. Like just typing Nintendo Prime podcast episode, blah blah blah. Like his Hylian Game Pass episode blah, blah, already takes up a majority. It takes up like 70% of the title you're able to type out. So I don't fault podcasts that want to have their full podcast name in the title, because of course they do. For having extremely clickbaity titles. Like he says Zelda, Mario, and Nintendo in 2020. It's like, okay. What are you talking about? Yeah, is there a new Mario game coming? But it's a conversation piece. So I don't really consider it clickbait. It's more of a, you got to work within the limits of what YouTube gives you for titles. But like, if you go back through this, like, where is it? Like this. New Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 details. Twilight Princess Wind Waker HD Oracle of Ages Rumors and Leaks. That's the title of his video. The ending's fine. although it probably should be rumors, not leaks. But the beginning. Why do you think at the very beginning he put new Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 details? There were 0 new Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 details. Maybe there's some rumors on details, but there's not actually anything new. There's nothing officially new. It's clickbait. And that's fine. Like, Game Over Destiny to me isn't one of the worst offenders. There's way worse. Obviously, we've talked about some of them already. I'm worse. I'm significantly worse. Like Amelia says, clickbaiting is obnoxious. I'm surprised you're here. I'm surprised you're here. I clickbait. I'm probably one of the few YouTubers that like doesn't just shy away from the fact that I clickbait. I'm not stupid. Of course I do. I love you a long time. Do I play Mario Golf Super Rush? Not anymore. I don't. I used to, but not anymore. As I said, I had my fill and I moved on. It said Legends Arceus will leak early. Legends Arceus is going to leak early. Every Switch game leaks early. Every box retail Switch game, anyways, leaks early. Happens every time. This isn't new. It always leaks early. I can guarantee you it's happening. I don't even need the story to land yet. It's happening. Prime, do you? Nope, not anymore. I already answered that. Scrolling up for any other questions I maybe skipped. Oh wait, it's Q&A, guys. So again, at me in the chat, ask questions. We've got about maybe 13-ish minutes. Maybe 13-ish minutes. We'll see. Just checking the old phone. All right. The chat's kind of died out. Have we reached the end? Have we reached the end? I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. You asked the question earlier. What was it? Repeat your question. Oh, wait. Breath of the Wild doesn't come out this year. Oh no. What's your question? Just re-ask your question. I don't always get to everyone's question. And I don't want to have to like scroll through and try to, because there's a limit on how far I can scroll up as well. Zach Lumberg says, what is your opinion on people emulating retro games up to the Wii era? Do what you want. People emulate Switch games. Do what you want. I'm not your mother. I'm not the law. Do what you want, man. I don't emulate games at all. So, not because I haven't done it. I used to do it. Don't anymore because I got in trouble one time for it legally. On a really stupid thing, too, because I wasn't even trying to play the game. I just wanted an art asset out of the files. It's dumb. I just don't care. Do what you want. I'm kind of over getting mad. The only thing I get mad about now is when people who play games early leak everything. It's like, look, if you're going to play like Pokemon Legends Arceus early because you downloaded the ROM file, cool. Do it. I don't care. You don't need to tell the whole internet every single thing about the game. Keep it to yourself to the game launches. That's my only thing. Keep it to yourself to the game launches. Then blow your load. Of course they don't want to do that. They want the attention. Did you play any Star Wars games back in the day? If so, what was your favorite? Knights of the Old Republic, Rogue Squadron 1 and 2, Empire Strikes Back. That was another one. Those are like the ones I really enjoyed a lot. All those ones. Pod Racer. I also really enjoyed Pod Racer on the N64. Those were kind of the ones that I really, really enjoyed. There's a number of other ones I tried, but those are the ones that like always stick in my memory as Star Wars games I enjoyed. Have you seen the new info for Kirby and the Forgotten Land? I have not yet, but it'll probably... I have seen a couple headlines. It's probably going to be in my video tomorrow. I'm looking to get a video out tomorrow morning hopefully by 10 a.m. Central Time. And so that that news will be in that video. It'll probably be the headline news of the video. So probably like, go rush a video out tonight. Nah. I need to make sure I've got news for tomorrow, and I saw some potential news for Kirby. We'll talk about that tomorrow. It's gonna be a lead story tomorrow. What's my favorite kind of food? Tacos. In particular, though, tacos that use the Ortega seasoning. It could be the 40% less sodium version of it. It doesn't matter. It's that Ortega seasoning. It could be chicken. It could be beef. Although I don't like deer meat, so don't do deer. No venison. But if it's beef or chicken, but it uses the Ortega seasoning, and then you douse it. Okay, so like you get your taco, you get your, I like soft shell. You get your your low cal soft shell wrap. 50 calories. You throw your meat in there. You sprinkle a little bit of cheese, just a little bit, not much. You get like 20 calories worth of cheese on there. And the key thing is the hot sauce. Lots of different hot sauces you could use. My preference is Renfro's green salsa. The Renfro's green salsa to me is just the right mix of heat and flavor. It's lovely. It's delicious. But you can do the Renfro's mango. I'm also good with just a traditional hot sauce, like what do you call it? It's in the tiny bottle, the little hole, and you got to spank it to get some stuff out of it. I don't know why I can't think of it right now. Anyways, there's a bunch of different hot sauces that are fine. But like my preference is if I'm the one making it and I get all my and I put red onion. Now I could put some shredded lettuce on. I'm cool with shredded lettuce. I don't like putting big leaves of lettuce, so like a little bit of shredded lettuce on is fine as well. I also like to put some black olives on if I have it. I don't usually have black olives around, so I don't usually get to put black olives on my taco, but I do like black olives on it. I know, maybe I'm weird. But yeah. Love it. And then you put the red onion. Or are they even called onions? I'm not even sure if they even call those onions. Maybe they're called something else. But I don't know. That's what I put on. Yeah, I freaking love tacos. I don't make them very often anymore. I used to have them every week, but I haven't had tacos now. Last time I made tacos was probably like a month and a half ago. It's been a long time since I made tacos. I love tacos though, man. Making me hungry. I'm gonna have to make some this week. Yeah, those are obviously homemade tacos. I mean, I'm cool with tacos at restaurants too, or like fast food tacos as well. It's fine. Usually, when I go to a Mexican restaurant though, I prefer to get because I'm such a their tacos are fine, but to me, I don't like most restaurants taco seasoning versus the Ortega stuff. I just really like the Ortega seasoning. It's just so good. So if I'm at a restaurant, instead I will get, because if they don't have the seasoning, because they're not going to have Ortega seasoning, obviously it's a branded seasoning. So what I get then is the chicken fajitas. Love chicken fajitas. And the way they do them at Mexican restaurants, like Cancun or Casa Mexicana or any local spot, I don't know. They just make it better than I can. I've not found a recipe for fajitas to make at home, whether I do homemade seasoning or pre-bought seasoning, that works for me. Like the Ortega fajita seasoning, disgusting. I've tried a bunch of different brands. I've tried home making it. I don't know what it is, but whatever they use at the restaurants is just so much better. So, yeah. I like pizza, chips, other stupid bullshit, fruits, veggies. Really love veggies a lot. Do you think we get definitive editions of some Switch games in North America? Like what Nintendo did with Breath of the Wild 2 in Japan. I think there will be some, yes. I think there's going to be like Nintendo Select sort of things. I don't know if they're going to call it that because they're going to include the DLC. So I don't know. But yeah, I do think that's going to be a thing, especially late in the Switch's life cycle. Tapadio or Tapadio? How do you pronounce that exact number? I know what those are. I just don't know how to pronounce it. Bama Hut, welcome, buddy. Says on the subject of emulation, what are your thoughts on the current? I assume thoughts, not though. On the current ways people are trying to preserve games, especially always online games that need a server. I don't really keep up to date with a lot of that stuff. you know me, I stay away from emulation and all that stuff. I'm not super up to date on it anymore. I presume they're like, you know, hacking the games and creating their own homemade servers to put the games on so they don't go away. I mean, that's what was happening to World of Warcraft. Before World of Warcraft Classic came in, people were hosting their own Classic servers. So I assume it's just something like that, right? Mm. Do what you want. That's what I always say. Do what you want. I'm not your mother. I'm not the law. I'm not here to bust you. Do what you want. Oh, it's a hot sauce. Okay. Okay, it's a hot sauce. Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard of that. I don't know what it is. It's a hot sauce. Okay, hot sauce. Yes. What was that hot sauce I was thinking of though? Tabasco. I was thinking of Tabasco. Tabasco hot sauce. But yeah, I like my hot sauces. It's like I like wings. I do like bone-in wings. But to be clear, I'm really bad at eating bone-in wings. There's a way to eat there's a way to eat bone-in wings. A couple ways that maximize getting all the meat off the bone. I'm kind of a waster with bone. I literally like grab it, no matter if it's a drum or an actual wing, and I go like, and then I flip it, and then I set it down. And I don't worry about the rest, and I move on to my next. And I know it's a waste. I know it. That's why more often than not, even though I don't like them as much, I buy boneless. Here's why I do that. I don't like feeling the bone when I'm eating. So my issue with like, you know, oh, you could like crack open the wing and suck off all the meat, or you can like stick the drummy in and like pull on it a bit, and you can literally get all the meat to fall right off. But all of that involves my teeth hitting the bone, and that's just it's like a pet peeve that really bothers me when my teeth hit the bone. It makes me not want to eat anymore. But yet I prefer the taste of the meat off of the bone versus. Now you can say, well, then just take a fork and pick it all off. And you can do that. Makes more work out of it than it needs to be. I like getting messy. So then I just end up with boneless wings because I feel less wasteful, even though I don't like them as much. Because to me, boneless wings are basically chicken nuggets for the most part. I mean, they're better than chicken nuggets, but yeah, I'm really weird with wings. So like, if you ever like come out with me sometime and like, yeah, man, let's get like bottomless wings at this bar. Okay, man. Just don't get mad at me when I leave a lot of meat on the bones. Please don't get mad at me because I'm going to be going to town on those suckers and I'll eat like 100 of them. But it's because I didn't finish the meat almost. So like, don't get mad at me, man. I'm like a child when I eat my wing. I love them. Is there any kind of Joy-Cons you recommend that's not made by Nintendo because I need a new pair? The Joy-Pads. Now, so there's the Hori Joy-Pads are really, really good. If you want something that's Joy-Con like, I did a video on some third-party ones that are really cheap off Amazon that I like, that I still have. They're sitting over there. I don't use them as often. I basically wait until these drift, and then once these drift, I switch to those because they don't have HD rumble. So like I like HD rumble, so I enjoy the HD rumble until my sticks drift, and then you know I'll do my little fix on the sticks. But once it gets to the point that they're going to keep drifting until I actually replace the sticks, then I switch over to these third-party ones. I don't remember the brand on them, but I did do a video on like the best Joy-Con replacements ever, Nintendo Prime. If you like type that in on YouTube, it should pop up. And I really enjoy those ones. There's some caveats with them, especially when you want to play sideways. But if you're just going to play with them attached, you're fine. But like, there's caveats that like you can't boot up your Switch with. You got to like attach them to the side, let them, you know, hit the buttons, connect them, then pull them off, then hit the two little buttons. So little small caveats with it like that you got to work around because I'm not sure why they didn't have better Bluetooth on them or something, but I like them. That's why I still have them, and they haven't drifted yet. I hear you on the boneless wings, honey barbecue boneless wings from Buffalo Wild Wings is my go-to. No, like boneless wings I like the bone-on ones, but I'm just people get mad at me when I eat the wings the way I do. It's like just leave me alone, man. Let me enjoy, okay? Let me enjoy the wings the way I want. But like if I'm worried about what people are gonna think, which who should worry about that, then I just order boneless and call it a day. I mean, I'm fine with boneless too. And there's a billion different sauces I like with wings. So like there's not like any like the go-to is obviously just the basic buffalo sauce. Um, but like yeah, you can go with it. Like I really like Domino's kicker sauce. It's a buffalo sauce, but something about that kicker sauce just tastes better to me than a lot of other buffalo sauces. So I really like that kicker sauce. Um, but then like there's Parmesan garlic, teriyaki, billion different sauces out there, spicy garlic. Um, yeah, there's so many. I mean, I have like 10 different wing sauces upstairs, and I don't even make wings that often. I did do homemade. I did do Greg Miller's homemade wing recipe a couple years ago, and it was kind of cool because after I did it for the Super Bowl or something, or the NFC Championship game or something for the Packers, and it was like an all day thing, right? I made a ton of wings. I probably made like 150 wings, all hand breaded. And like they were some of the best wings I've ever made. It's just a lot of work. A lot of work. Yeah, I made them for the NFC Championship game with the Packers, and I put a picture on Twitter, and that's the one and only time Greg Miller ever acknowledged me. He retweeted it and was like, "Dude, that's my recipe, baby." He's got a really good recipe for me. I can personally suggest Greg Miller's hand breaded wing recipe. Very good, very good. Video games and food talk. Yeah, your family. See out 24. That's what I'm saying. There are some people that just don't care. Like how I eat my wing, they'll look at it and they'll be like, "Okay, that's weird that he's not eating all the meat." But whatever. They'll just let it go. Then you have people like your family, obviously, that would be like, "Dude, no. Like, just don't even sit here. This is really annoying us." For those people, I just get the boneless and call it a day. It's just not worth the argument, worth the debate, worth the grossing them out because you're wasting food or because you are wasting food. But it's like, I can't help it, okay? Leave me alone. I like what I like. I can't help that I have this thing with bones. I don't know what it is. Like, if I eat a chicken nugget and I bite into like a chunk of bone or beak or whatever it is, I just can't eat any more chicken nuggets either. I'm just grossed out. I don't know what it is. Like, something about the hardness of that bone just... I'm that way with all meat. Like, if I hit the bone, it's just kind of done. I don't know if it's like, it's not really like I don't know what it is. It's just like a really annoying thing, and I'm out of it. Cool, I'm done. I don't want to eat it anymore. Weird. I'm weird, okay? I'm a weirdo. Carl Strufert, you made it just for the end. We're actually ending the stream. I don't use ranch or blue cheese. I don't like ranch. Ranch makes me puke. I'm not even kidding. I have a gag reaction to ranch, and I don't like blue cheese. I don't have a gag reaction to blue cheese. I just don't like blue cheese. I also don't like sour cream. So there you go. Sour cream, ranch, blue cheese. Get the fuck out of here. Mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms either. Weird too, because I sometimes like the smell of mushrooms, but I don't like the taste, or the texture. I don't like either of it. I also don't like sauerkraut. Love brats. Don't like sauerkraut. Do you play Minecraft? No, I do not. Not a Minecraft player. All right, that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am Nathaniel Robojans from Nintendo Prime. I hope you had a great night tonight. Thank you to everyone who super chatted. Thank you to our new member as well. Lost Boys Gaming joined our mythic gear. We're now at 150 members on the channel. 50 more to go for our next big member-only giveaway. And obviously, thank all of our members for continuing to support us each and every month. You guys are amazing, and I can't wait for what's to come in the next handful of months. We got some exciting stuff. And as I said, a new video for sure dropping on Wednesday for a new game coming to Switch that day that I'm excited for, not only because it's a sponsored piece of content, but because I'm actually having a decent amount of fun with it, which, honestly, without this sponsorship, I probably would have never tried this game out. So it's kind of a shame that it took a sponsorship for me to try it out. But we'll talk about that more on Wednesday. You guys are awesome, and I will catch you in tomorrow's video. Peace out.